everybody, and welcome back to Life with Amandine. If it's your first time here, my name is Amandine. Here in my channel, you'll find beauty, fashion, lifestyle, DIYs, tips, motivations, and a bunch of everything. So if that's what you're on about, then do not hesitate to subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you do not get to miss any of my future updates. All right. So in today's video, we're discussing culture shock. So we're comparing my country of origin with South Africa, where I am based. I am originally from the Republic Democratic of Congo, for those who just got here, who do not know me. And I am based in South Africa, precisely in Cape Town, the mother city. Anyway, so it's culture shock today. The very first thing that I mentioned in my last video of things that are live in South Africa was the beauty. Obviously, the beauty compared to my country, especially the infrastructure, it is a very big difference. You can compare to South Africa, yeah, especially when it comes to economic wise and stuff. There in my country, people, they're still like everybody else is just corrupt. Like the people, they're so selfish that when they're still, they do that only for their own selves, like, and their family and stuff. They do not care about the country and everything else that we are going through in a country. Like poverty is so high and hunger is not even a debate. But yeah, in South Africa, there's also corruption, but people, they still, and they also do something. Like you get people who still like 1,000 something, like 50,000 or 100,000, and then you see the bridge is being done. You see the road is done. Like things is there to show, to the country that we've got this, we've done this and all that, But in my country, people, they just rob and they do that for their own selves, like for their families only, But we all know that when Congo is one of the richest African country. Like if you check it online, you see that it's one of the richest country in minerals and a lot more things. But other country that's actually benefiting in whatever that we've got there, and the citizens are just not happy at all. You see, yeah. So that was one of the first thing. And one of the next thing is the languages. The language, you will see that, as I mentioned before on my experience is a foreign essay. People are proud of the language. Like South Africans are proud of their language. You walk around, you see classes speaking classes, and even in some community, you find coloureds only speaking Afrikaans, and you understand. So they are proud of the languages. There's like 11 languages, right? Yeah. And people, they are so proud, like, of their mother tongue, especially. Like, it's rare to see someone like speaking English, especially when it comes to blacks. You understand? And in my country, the majority, they are blacks. But then you go around seeing people speaking French rather than my mother tongue, which is like Lingala or Swahili or Chiluba or Kikongo. There's a lot more. So you see people walking around speaking French. Like in my house, we were raised like speaking only French. It's like the only way you can speak to someone respectful. You believe that when you're speaking to somebody in French, you are being respectful than when you're using your mother tongue. Like if I go around like speaking to my parents in Lingala, like the way I was raised, it was like, what language are you talking to me? All this. So you speak French. Even if they're answering you in Lingala, they send you in Lingala, you answer in French. So that's how we grew up. Like in most household, when you come, for you to know that this household is all classy and leveled up, you see kids speaking French. You understand? And for you to know that they're also educated and all that, so they must be speaking French. But then when you walk around, people that are into their mother tongue, Africans, Xhosa, Zulu, people that speak among themselves, even in workplace, you see people, most of the time they only go around like closest among closest, they'll speak the language. Afrikaans, colored among them, they'll speak Afrikaans. But then in Congo, even at the workplace, even at school, they expect you guys to only be speaking French, like that. Like in some schools, if they catch you like speaking Lingala and all these things, like you are in trouble, like for detention, or you get like hidings and stuff. The next thing is being robbed in South Africa. Like in my country, when there is a thief, the moment you scream, thief, everybody walks out of their house. Everybody sitting around just quickly jumps up, like grab whatever is next to them and run quickly to rescue. Like everybody's there to wanna help. We don't stand thieves or witches or wizards The moment we know that there's somebody who needs help, they will all just run. Like your mate becomes everybody's. Understand? But when it comes in South Africa, you can be robbed like in daylight, at night, like at night or whensoever. Everybody just minding their own business. They can just stand there watching you being robbed and like just being shocked, like it's very shocking because like I remember the first time when I saw it, I was like, oh my word, is this really what happened? It's like people just stand around just looking. Nobody even like screams or grabs something or try to say, hey, stop, and all these things. Like nobody interferes. Like it's your matter. You should work out your way out of it. Figure it out how you're gonna get yourself alive. It does not concern anybody. And that is something that also shocked us, including walking on the streets, seeing papers of abortion and body enlargement and everything. You all know what I'm talking about. And it was all a shock as well, because in my country, things like abortion is an abomination. Like we don't talk around, we don't go around talking about it. It's a conversation, like a taboo and all these things. Like you cannot even fall pregnant before time. It's not cool. And going around and seeing things of abortion like everywhere on the poles, like on the in the bus, in the train, like public transport, where everybody's got access to it. It is actually not cool at all. It's not just allowed in my country. As in Congo, we don't do such things. Like you do not walk around and see anything like that. Yeah, even those doctors who do this kind of things, they're like hidden. They're not really like, you see that someone will pass your number, like, let's go to this place. It's something that's a secretive thing. Nobody's supposed to know about that. Like it is easier, you see. It's like you condone it. As long as you're walking around seeing it like it's been condoned, like people are fine with it. Here in South Africa, there is on the 24th of September, it's going to be a Heritage Day. It is a shock. We don't have such thing like in Congo, and it is a good shock, because why can't we also have it? You see people dressed and all these things, like they can even come to work like that. They can go around walking like that. It's like a Valentine's Day. Like Valentine's, you see the most people wearing red and white and black and whatever. We all know that it is that day, and just like here in South Africa, Heritage Day exists. In Congo, I don't know if there is. I've never heard of it, and I doubt it is. I remember one day. I told my father. My father phoned me on the 24th. He phoned me on the 24th of September, and I was like, "Hi, Dad, Happy Heritage Day." He was like, because it's not something we grew up with. Like now that I'm in South Africa, I'm like wishing my father a Happy Heritage Day. Then he's like, Happy Heritage Day for who? Like it's a South African thing. Like we see you guys do that. Like we're not really into it. So load shedding in South Africa, it is something that it's takes place rarely, and then it is planned. Okay, at least they respect people on that side. They've planned it. There's even like apps which you can download, which tells you like when the electricity will be off and when it will be back. You know that if it goes at 6, we know at least by 8 it will be back. It usually takes an hour or two. Most of the time it takes 2 hours. And so back home in my country is nothing like that. It's in my country, electricity can just be gone for a whole week, for a whole month, if possible. Like it will just go, and you will not even be prepared. You will not even see it coming. Like you will just wake up and you see it's dark, and then that's it. You work your way out of it. Don't even ask around when it's gonna be back, because nobody knows. We're just waiting for Eskom to feel like you're retaining the electricity. That includes the water as well. Like water can also just go off, like just leaves, just go away. We just wake up and you see there's no water, and then that's it. You wait until the water will be back. Sometimes it can take 2 days, 3 days. Whenever it happens, it feels like then you have to travel to other places to go get water and come back and all this. Like it's not like in South Africa, we know that's the only time the water goes off. It's like when they're fixing something around, and sometimes sometimes they even inform you guys that the water is gonna be gone for a few days. You'll be seeing like WhatsApp messages like being forwarded to people like, hey, to these days to these days there won't be water and all this. So at least you see, you know it, you are prepared. You can store water and whatever that you have in containers and wait for it. Sometimes it does not also happen, thank God. And then sometimes when it goes, we know that we are set, we are sorted, we have something, for those couple of days. Yeah. In South Africa, people, when like a child when he's 18 years is allowed to move out. From 18 years old, the child is adult, is ready to move, is matured and all that. Yeah, so that is one of the advantages the kids here have. And back home, there is nothing like that. You are there until you are married and you leave the house. Okay? Yeah. Or maybe if you probably in a family where they are not really financially stable, then they can maybe ask the elder one to maybe go look for a job somewhere. And if you need to be need to relocate, then you can relocate in some particular way that you find something like this. Anyway, we still feel like the parents guidance is still needed. Like, we want to be there around, see you, are you home on time, you doing this, you doing that, are you focusing on your studies? We just want to keep it going. Especially if you're a girl, you come home even earlier than boys. We just avoid falling pregnant, because falling pregnant here in South Africa, when you fall pregnant, it's normal. You are there at your parents' house and all these things. You can still go to school, you can do anything. People don't even look at you in a funny way, because it feels like it's normal thing. The woman just pregnant, that's it. If you are pregnant, you go to your parent, you go to your boyfriend's house. Yeah, you go to the guy who impregnated you, so you go move in with that guy. Okay, so it feels like you are matured now, you're big enough to do what married people do, so you move into their house. Unless maybe there's already been preparations of marriage, then they can keep you for a while until the marriage happens, then you quickly go there. And then all that also needs to be done before you start showing off, before the time you start showing and all that. So things is usually like that. But here in South Africa, you can be pregnant, you go to school anyway. In Congo, you can't attend school when you're pregnant. There's a lot of things. Your skirt cannot be short, like above your knees. Your skirt is from your knees and downwards. South Africa is in a point where everybody else that fought for freedom in this country actually played a big role. Everybody that fought for this country gave their life for it, died for it, and big ups to all of them. Like, you guys did so well. Like, people were there looking, for the best interest of the country. And some of you that didn't make it, who died, may your souls rest in peace. And for those who are alive, I'm sure you can actually tell that you didn't just fight for nothing. Like, your times were not there for nothing. Okay, it's paid off. You got tourists coming in and out. The country's looking good. The beauty is there. Infrastructure is there. In my country, I think the politicians and the government can learn a thing or two when it comes to South Africa. Like, looking at what you guys have done, at what you guys are doing, learn a thing or two. Maybe meet the president, do something. Get to collaborate. It's Africa after all. We all just want to move up. We all just want to also make it in life, because we want Africa also to develop like other continents as well. And my country, with so much that it has in it, that it could actually be better, because South Africa is just a small country. My country is bigger than South Africa, but look at us where we are. We've been colonized like a long time ago, and look at where the state of the country is, and people are still living the country. The hunger is still there. There's the issue that was long time there is still there. You understand? So I just want our government to step up a little bit on their work, like, do what you have to do as governments, like, look after your citizens and fight for them, all right? So that we can also like be proud of also what you guys are doing. Because so far, most of us are like, ah, man, it's just a bunch of mediocres over there in politics. Like, so far, there isn't actually that much that is being done, okay? And even if they change the president, it's like the other one is still just repeating the story of the other one. Like, it's just the history repeating itself, and with black presidents, both sides leading their countries, but you can still tell that there's difference, yeah. Because if maybe there was a white person here, we could have said, oh, maybe that is why. But look at it, it's both black guys standing up for their country. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. If it is your first time here, do not hesitate to subscribe. My name is Amandine. I'm a mom of 3. I am happily married. I am a YouTuber. I love what I'm doing, and I would like any encouragement from you all. Follow me on my Instagram page. It is Life with Amandine. It's very simple. That baby Instagram has been very, very naughty growing up. So I'd like all your support to help me grow that baby Instagram of mine. They've been nursing for so many years now. You know, with all that being said, look after yourself. I'll catch you guys real soon. Do not forget to subscribe, to like the video, and to comment down below. I'm waiting to read all your comments. Let it be constructive. Cheers.